Paving this shit crank.
Hello everybody, how you doing today? I'm coming to you with another story, and I know some of you have wondered, maybe not, have wondered why I actually let it be known where I got the story from, because you have to be careful with posting somebody else's material and make sure that they get the credit for the material that you're reading and the material that you're posting. So this came out of off of CNN, and the writer's name is down at the bottom underneath the title. And we're going to get into this story. St. Paul, Minnesota, triple homicide. 3 people, including a child and teenager, killed in Minnesota. And they said this happened about 2 hours ago, you guys. So, woo. Let's see. Police in St. Paul, Minnesota are investigating the fatal shooting of 3 people, including a child and teenager, who were killed Saturday, an hour after police completed a welfare check at the home. Wow, this is wow. Wow. So they just left, and maybe an hour later somebody just decided to just, go ballistic. So let's get into the story. My condolences go out to the family and anybody that is affected by this. My condolences go out to you. May you find peace and strength as time goes on. That's what I'm going to send out. Officers responded to a home in Payne Palin neighborhood of St. Paul around 3 p.m. where they found 3 people suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. The St. Paul Police Department said in a news release. Wow. That must feel awful that an hour prior you went to go do a welfare check and it seemed like everything is okay. So an hour goes by and next thing you know there's a call back to the same resident, and then you find out that the people are dead and you were just there. And they made it seem like everything is all right. So I'm not going to blame the police, but I'm saying maybe there's a little bit more training that they need to go into where they could recognize that there could be some tension and everybody's, putting on a show just to keep everything calm. There is something that needs to be done, And so if the family put in a welfare check on them, I really think that the police, it's like a toss-up on what I'm about to say. I would probably remove the kids from the house and try to take them away from the situation to see if things will de-escalate. You know what I'm saying? Because we really don't know what caused this whole thing to take place. So there needs to be something in place. Maybe there's a safe place for the other person to go to until they can calm down and ration out, and maybe offer them some counseling if they're really peed off or whatever, because a lot of this stuff, people probably need counseling, with the pandemic and all this stuff. Tempers are very, very high lately, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not giving an excuse to anything. I'm just saying we have to figure out something that's going to help these people with their explosive tempers, where they're actually committing these murders and crimes and they can't take it back. You know what I'm saying? So let's go on with this story, you guys. 2 individuals, an adult female in her 30s and a female in early teens, were pronounced dead at the scene. A third person, a boy between 8 and 12 years old, was taken to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. That is so sad. That is so sad. I'm like I said, my condolences goes out to the friends and the family. May they find peace. And when, oh God, it's just so hard, especially. Let me just keep on reading. Okay, St. Paul Police spokeswoman Sergeant Mike Ernester told the reporters, these stories are really heartbreaking and disheartening, but like I keep saying, I'm reading them because I want to bring awareness to the crimes that's going on out there, that we're tucked away safely in our homes while there are other people out there really going through it. They're really living a nightmare every day because they're living with a ticking time bomb, or they're just like, they thought that they were with somebody that was going to treat them right, and it turned out to be the opposite. It's hard because children died, yes. It's also hard because one of our officers was there, was here an hour before this call. See, like I was saying, he was called here by a concerned family member from out of state who wanted us to check on the welfare of the supposed victims in this house. Wow. I wish there was Ernest said, I wish there was a way that they could have seen this coming, but you can never predict. Our officer did come here. He did speak with her at the door and explain while he was there, and she looked at him and said, I'm okay. Tell them I'm okay. See, that right there, that was a telltale sign. I'm okay. Tell them I'm okay. No, I think I would have been like, ma'am, you know what? You guys come with me. And I would have took them out of the house, because that right there is a telltale sign that something was going on. And it's not the officers' fault that they were not trained in that area. So we're not going to blame the officers, because there's only so much training that they get. You know what I'm saying? So we can't keep throwing everything at the officers. But I think that there needs to be training for these situations, like they're training doctors to recognize that when girls are coming in, getting pap smears and they have STDs, and they said, I caught this, and they can recognize when this person is being trafficked. So I think that the same thing needs to happen. There needs to be more training for the police officers, because I'm sure that this is going to really, really bother this policeman, that they were just there and now the person passed away, and the last thing they heard that woman say is, I'm okay. Tell them I'm okay. Okay, police visited the house one other time before Saturday for a welfare check after receiving a call from someone concerned that the woman could be in danger and possibly involved in a domestic type situation, Ernesto added. See, this is what I'm saying. If she had a call, you know what I'm saying, already, then I think that I would have been like, wait a minute, has a call been here before? And if they said, yeah, it was on domestic violence, then I would have been like, you know what, let me call backup. And I would have called backup, and I would have been like, I'm going to come in, because, most times people will let the police in if they're polite. And I would have had other officers, and I would have taken the man out of the house, and I would have talked to the woman like, we've had a domestic violence call that came out, and are you guys okay? What I would have done is, they need to set up a program when these people are in danger like that, whether they're renting or if they own a home. There should be something in the clause when you own a home. If you're involved in a domestic violent relationship with somebody, then they can put a pause until the case is solved, and, possibly lock that man up, and see if that woman can get away, if there's assistance to help sell that home, so that the family can get away and move somewhere else where that person won't be able to find them. And I think that would help. You get what I'm saying? I think that would help if they set up some programs like that. Like, you tell your realtor or the people that you're paying, like, I'm in a domestic violent relationship. Is there a program that can help me, like, sell this house? And I could go somewhere safe until the house is sold, and he doesn't know the whereabouts of where I'm at. But a lot of women will turn right back around and go back to that same guy. But for those that are seriously thinking about getting away, I think that we should implement a whole lot of stuff like that, since we know that these things happen in households. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, but if so, remember, this is my idea. If you take this idea, you better give me my credit, because this video is going to be kept. I came up with this idea. Don't say, oh, and back in this day and that day. No, I don't want to hear that. I thought of this idea. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me my credit. Shoot. No, I'm talking about. Officials are investigating who was at the scene at the time of the shooting, as well as the circumstances surrounding the Trippel homicide. And he probably shot her and ran. You never know. The Ramsey County Medical Examiner will work to identify the victims and determine their cause of death, police said. This is a senseless tragedy, that's left us all heartbroken. Of course, as police officers as human beings, as members of the community. St. Paul Police Chief Todd Axtell said in a statement, "Moments like this are hard and painful, yes." Axtell added that investigators and officers will continue to work around the clock until they find the person responsible. Now, if you said it was a domestic case, then of course, whoever her boyfriend is, or husband is, or boo thing is, or whatever he wanna be called, you gotta look at him first, because simple fact, I just don't have any words. It's just senseless. It's a tragedy. You could tell by the way I'm talking. It doesn't make any sense, you guys. It just does not make any sense. So, you guys, leave your comments below as always. I thank you again for joining my channel, for viewing my content, you guys. And I don't know, like I said, I have movies on my channel, but I had to put them private. For some reason, I got struck. And if you're thinking of getting a YouTube channel yourself, make sure you read those guidelines, you guys, okay? Because the simplest thing that you do, you may not know, and you can get a strike on your channel by not knowing. So take the time to read and to pay attention to all the little things. That's why now I'm starting to make sure that I add the person name, whoever's writing these articles, and this is heartbreaking, you guys. So don't forget that. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Don't forget to push that thumbs up, you guys. I need that. And you guys, I want you guys to definitely be a part of this family. Until next time, you guys, like I said, even though you're doing a welfare check, please make sure that you're having conversations with your family. If you suspect that one of your family members is in a domestically violent relationship, you guys can reach out and call the local police department in your area and ask them what the 800 number hotline is, and you can make sure that you provide that information for your family member, and also let the police in that family member's area know that this person is with a guy that has been known to beat on her. She's afraid of him. Whatever you got to do to get your family member help. Don't just let them sit there in that situation and say, well, it's not me, or she don't want to listen, she's stupid, she just gonna run back. When these guys, let me take a pause for a minute. When these guys beat on these women, they break them down to nothing, you guys. They tear them down, and they make them feel like nothing. They make them feel like all hope is lost, okay? And so when you got somebody that's getting their behind beat, whether it be male or female, female or male, or female on female, male on male, it doesn't matter. Their job is to gain ultimate power and control over this person. And once they've accomplished that goal, they know that that person is not going to go anywhere. So a lot of times, the family member is afraid that if you interfere, that person may come after you. You know what I'm saying? But see, that person, normally, they're only after the person that they beat up. If they figure out that you're not afraid of them, they tend to back down and back away. So the thing of it is once you get that person out of that relationship, don't just sit there and talk to them like, yeah, girl, if it was me, and I'm glad because I couldn't stand him. No. Soon as you get her out, set up an appointment to go see a therapist. Set her up with appointments. That way she can have a way to go get some help. He can go get some help. He can get some counseling. They don't need your input. All they need is your support. We don't need to, I'm not me as in we, I'm just speaking for the victim. They don't need your 2 cents. They don't. They don't. Because that, you'll make them run back. So, get the counseling set up for them. You know what I'm saying? Set up groups and things that they can do so they can start building up their self-esteem again, so they can start loving themselves again. You get what I'm saying? So since I said that and added my 2 cents and a quarter, I'll talk to you guys on another video. You guys take care of yourself and love on your loved ones, and make sure you take care of them and keep your eyes on them at all times. Until next time, you guys, be good.